how far you will go up. So, more you benefit on this. Now, how does this affect on how does this improve? That's why Srila Prabhupada is talking about studying this Shastra. When you study the Bhagavatam, when you study the Bhagavad Gita, it is giving you the push. It is making you push. So every pastime of the Lord, every devotee who is making the progress, there is a progress. 100% there is a progress. Everybody is benefiting by studying the Shastra. If you are not benefiting, there is some problem. So if you see all the pastime, whether it is Chitraketu, whether it is Rishabdev, whether it is Rukmangada, you see Ambarish, everybody is making progress. Nobody is there. But their samsara is still going on. Nothing has happened there. He has to be a king. He has to take care. Prithu Maharaj, we were doing such a nice pastime every day we are hearing. Wonderful. Each devotee is giving their realization. But there is progress there. So that progress, are we trying to make that progress in our life? You have to check yourself. You are only Atma, you are only Paramatma to understand what you are making progress. Nobody can come and say. So when your desires come and that fructifies, then you will start looking at things. Oh, I have to do this. I have to do this. So you start. It's just like a family. It's a family affair. Mere ko ye bhi karna hai, ye bhi karna hai. That means once you get married, you are got a samsara starts. Then you will start earning money. In the same way, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, you're married to Krishna. You have to see his family is maintained in all ways. That's what Nityananda Prabhu did. That's what he did. He understood what is the core which is sitting in the heart, the hridaya. He could know what was there in Lord Chaitanya's mind. So the more we introspect, the more we make progress. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, please listen very carefully. He says, what is the fruit of our service? What is that? He says, subordination to Maya and subordination to the Lord are not synonymous. It is not possible to take shelter of both of them at the same time. एक को तो छोड़ना पड़ेगा. धीरे धीरे छोड़ो, मगर छोड़ो. Leave it. But hold the other one tight. So, either we are under Maya shelter or we are under Krishna shelter. If we are under subordinate to Maya, it means we are attached to the family life or to the material life in general. So Prahlad Maharaj says, give up the dark well of family life and take shelter of the Lord by approaching the saintly persons. Who else do you want other than this wonderful society? You don't have to search. Everything is available. So, by association of saintly persons. If due to weakness we are unable to leave home, then at least become detached from family life, worship the Lord. I'm not telling this. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is making this. It's not going to happen overnight. But we are 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years. What is that the change in our life? You have to measure the degree of, every one of us to have to measure the degree, how we are making progress. Is the thermometer towards Krishna's temperature, it's going, or towards Maya? This is a great setback if you don't do it. You can't just go on doing things, you don't know what is going to be the result. No, our movement is completely of introspection. Accountability is required for each one of us. We are not a people, we are cowards, we are running away from society. No. We are taking care of society, our own family members, with responsibility. We are responsible for these people. So, in the same way, this society is responsible for this. We are responsible for this society. If you don't understand that, okay, wo log kar raha hai, they are doing it. What is my, no, it doesn't work. You have to make yours. Everyone has to walk. If you don't have legs, somebody will carry you, no problem. But you have legs, you don't want to walk. How can it be possible? People will say, stupid fellow. He is a lazy fellow. So in the same way, spiritual life, there you have to walk. You have to walk through the Shastra. You have to see through the Shastra. You have to hear through the Shastra. And that should reflect in our actions. Otherwise, it is you waste our time. So the more we are looking at this, so by serving the Lord, we must become convinced that we are His eternal servants. Is this happening? We can judge by fruit. The fruit of service is want more service and to progress increasing in that way. So here, Bhakti Thakur is telling this point. What is that happening to you? You will do more service. You will do more service with interest. That is the reflections you are going to get. We should analyze carefully what we are doing. Where is our shelter? In what direction does our mind rush? Don't let yourself to be cheated. A woman leaves her father's house and takes shelter of her husband's house. As a result, her surname is changed. She no longer remains attached to the father's house. In natural to develop love for a woman for whom we serve. Serving Krishna, you will become attached to him. So now we also came, we got Diksha. Our name changed to so-and-so boss, it became Das. Right? You were the boss everywhere. But when you came here, no, I am the servant. I accept. If somebody calls you a servant, will you be tolerating? You will give him one slap. But here you are voluntarily accepting. Yes, Guru Maharaj, I am your servant. But why namesake? Why cannot it be real? You accepted the position. It's not you, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. They are telling we are servants. So nothing very big when you say I'm servant. Actually, it is a prestige issue to be servant of Prime Minister, servant of big person. It's a great position. But just to have a title and don't do service, what is the use? This is what it says. Now let us see what is Bhaktivinoda Thakur talking about this life. He is talking about, Bhaktivinoda says, Janmo bhi more ichhe yada thora, bhakti gahi jani janma hoi mora. Koi janma hoi te tushya dasa. So, now with this, now what is Bhaktivinoda Thakur such a high position? What is he asking? My dear Lord, in case, if you want me to take birth and accept a material body, again, kindly do me a favor. What he says, allow me to take birth in the home of your servant, your devotee. I do not mind being born there even as an insignificant creature like an insect. So you will analyze this. What is Bhaktivinoda Thakur? He is a judge. He is writing all the Shastra, books, everything coming from him. He says there is a chance that I may take birth again. So if I take birth, let me take birth among the devotees. Oh, let's take for example us. What benefit, what mercy we have done? We have already taken birth here among Vaishnavas. What do you say? The way you stepped into ISKCON, you already taken birth. So that mercy is already on you. Our problem is mercy is abundantly available, but we don't grab it. Because we are still able to understand what exactly is this mercy. We see mercy as money. We see mercy as position. We see as mercy as fame, name, all this. Unknowingly also. But what is this mercy here? Mercy is actually how to be a servant of a servant. Why will Bhaktivinoda Maharaj Thakur talk about these things? It's a reality in this world. Kali Yuga, the greatest disease is possession. Greatest disease is wealth. Everything. But if you are Krishna consciousness, you get all this, you don't have any problem. You know how to use it. That is why you had no problem with Arjuna, you have no problem with Yudhishthira Maharaj. All they had wealth, everything, but they knew everything belongs to Krishna and they were just serving. Why can't we do that? Why can't we look at that? Nobody is asking you anything. Krishna doesn't want what you don't want to give. Krishna, 100% you remember this. If you are giving something, you give love, that is, it will benefit you. Not that he is saying, you give me this. He is never waiting to give you. He wants to give himself. So if you are going through the Shastra and not understanding the purpose behind each pastime, each king what he did, each devotee what he did, then how is our progress going on? The more vitamins of Bhagavatam goes, you have to become stronger. But still we are static. Why we are stuck up? Why we are not making progress? Yeah. The problem is, the more stronger association you have with you, part of it, then we can make progress. You come to the Bhagavatam class, you come to Bhagavad Gita class, you do so many services, somewhere it is going to the head, not going to the heart. So there is a kind of a wall which comes, unknowingly it comes. We cannot be compliant all the time. The complacency is very, very dangerous. Every festival coming up, we have to introspect. Acha, did I make progress till now? So that what it matters. And the more, now coming to the Srila Prabhupada, what did he actually tell devotees? When a devotee went to Srila Prabhupada and asked, what is the most important thing? Prabhupada said, service to Krishna. Huh? So now you see chronological, we came from where to where we have come. So you understand what did Nityananda Prabhu desire, what did Srila Prabhupada desire. He didn't take anything. Some pastimes of, some quotes of Srila Prabhupada where we will go into the last part of this, where he glorifies Nitaya Gaur Chandra. So that has happened recently. Recent part, so many temples have come up. So, and how it is related with us, I will connect that. Now coming to Nityananda. Who is Nityananda? Nityananda aham naumi sarvananda karamparam harinama pradhanam devam avaduta shiromani. I bow down to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Nityananda, who awards the highest joy of all, the bestower of the holy name, the crest jewel of Paramahamsa mendicants. We have come across many pagal people who are, mad. Even Bhagavatam, we have come across Rishabdev. He was a person who was a kind of avaduta, right? He was not doing anything and doing something which was contrary to the society. Because they want to be, pushed so that they can be in Krishna consciousness. Then we have Gaur Kishore Das Mauji Maharaj, who would always choose to stay next to the stool room. Am I right? Why? Because he wants to practice his Krishna consciousness. People don't come there. They were scared to be associating with the materialistic people, even though they were so exalted. They could overcome. But why? These are all things that they're showing us that samsara is nothing but Vishera Bandar. It's full of poison. And every day we are drinking very nicely. At least we should reduce the quantity of drinking, because it kills slowly. Take little, reduce the poison. What do you say, Ashok? 7. If anyone wants to leave mundane attachments and defeat Maya, if anyone wants Krishna Prema and Krishna Bhakti, they must worship Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet. Nityananda Mahaprabhu ki. So, the lotus feet of Nityananda's heart, it's all shown there, Nitai Pada Kamala. Koti Sandra. That day, they were chanting that song. It's a beautiful song. So now, what is this Nityananda? Nityananda is more merciful than Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu's conception was spread mainly by Nityananda Prabhu. So, the custodian of Mahaprabhu's legacy was with Nityananda Prabhu. So, unless we accept that Nityananda Prabhu is our guru, from there everything is coming, then our life becomes blissful. But somewhere or other we bypass, then it's very dangerous. So, he was giving everything full-fledged Krishna conscious to everyone. Actually, Nityananda Prabhu's full mercy is within the Sankirtana movement. Now, every time when I'm speaking this, you should understand, what is ISKCON doing? What is Prabhupada's movement doing? Are we not a Sankirtana movement? So, why we are trying to link these two is, are we in the right path? That also we have to check, na? Because as the parampara of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going, many paramparas were there, but gradually many got weakened. But in our parampara, where Bhaktivedanta Swami is continuing, is still going strong. So if a parampara becomes weak, then gradually it will dwindle away. So this particular, parampara line is growing stronger and stronger because of kind of Sankirtana movement reinvented by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So that is how the whole world is chanting the holy name, the divine name of Lord Krishna, the transcendental sound vibration form of Lord Hare Krishna mantra is done by Nityananda Prabhu's grace. So, Nityananda Avaduta, Sabete Agela, Chaitanya Dasera Prema Hele Pagala. That means Nityananda Prabhu, wandering Avaduta, is the foremost of associates of Lord Chaitanya. He became mad in ecstasy of loving service to Lord Chaitanya. Prema Matra Nityananda Kripa Avatara Uttama Adhama Kichu Nakari Vichara. So 5.208 Chaitanya Charitamrita says, because he is always intoxicated with ecstatic love of divine name of Lord Gauranga, and because his incarnation mercy, Nityananda Prabhu is so very merciful to the fallen souls, does not discriminate between fit, unfit recipients of his divine loving giving grace. So what is our movement all about? So many movements are there. Ramanuja movement is there. Madhvacharya movement is there. So many other movements are there. Why? Where are the devotees? Yeah, here and there, so many people are there. The credit is there. I'm not talking about what is the Mahaprabhu's, what is his future, what is the Kali Yuga's position. He is nothing but Sankirtan movement. So what is ISKCON doing? It's producing so many. How many people are fit and unfit people? Most of them are unfit, isn't it? Let us see, if you look at other sampradayas, where they are picking up. They are picking up only from their own cult. But they are not picking up from the society by and large. And that's what Prabhupada was doing, pick up everybody. What Chaitanya Chandramani is talking about, Prabhupada did it. Prabhupada fulfilled it. That's why the vision of Srila Prabhupada, he has proved it. Whether you become part or not, it will continue. So this is where you play a role. That is where we play a role, where we become part of it. Let me do mine. If that mood comes to us, you don't have to think about, oh, he is doing so much service. Don't worry. What is your service, you have to look at that. That little, that doesn't matter. Quantity does not matter. Quality matters. What is your intent matters. What is, because Lord Chaitanya is sitting in the heart. So, Nityananda Prabhu continues, he says, two purpose of Nityananda. 3.149 says, Prema Pracharana Ye Prasada Dalana Dui Kare Avaduta Karena Brahmana. So the purpose of Nityananda has two purposes. To distribute the divine love and subdue the deluded atheists. Avaduta Lord Nityananda, the most dedicated devotee of Lord, moves throughout the country. What is the two purposes? He says to distribute the love of God and to subdue the deluded atheists. Yes. Here atheist people means, in my understanding is, people who don't know about Krishna consciousness, they have their own ideas. Real atheists, where they don't know about actually God. So they think they are atheists. But they don't know anything about it. Atheist is something different about what spoken of today. So atheists are nothing but they are ignorant people about Krishna consciousness. So now we have a strategy to see that how they make progress. When he says fit and unfit can become the recipient of this mercy, so many people come to us, so many things are happening. So who is unfit? Who is fit? Everybody is qualified. So every person who walks in. Today, one devotee, one family came. Our Anirudh Prabhu went inside, brought the Shatari and gave. This is Krishna consciousness. Give them some mercy. Someday it will trigger. Is it not? This triggering aspect is somewhere, something should touch. Some flower should give into the hand, some Mahaprasad, something, some good words you speak, the guy will stick to you. But when they will come, you don't worry. Don't worry about phala. Talk about that seva what you are doing. Because somewhere or other. Prabhupada was sitting in New York. Simply was doing kirtan. Today, everywhere kirtan. He didn't think what will happen. He just was following what his spiritual master said. It will produce, because the same blood is flowing in our body, what Prabhupada has got. But some distortion in our think manner is there. Some things we think we are responsible, actually you are not responsible. So this distortion is there. We think the whole world is on our head, but nothing is on your head. It is on Balram's head. Oh, if I don't this, something will happen. If I don't this will happen. No, nothing will happen. The world will move on. So what you have to think is that what you are not doing. Why are you unnecessarily taking this responsibility which you are not connected at all? Reduce the burden. When you start reducing, then Krishna will give you the actual responsibility how to go forward. Thinking of 4 people, 5 people in a family is nothing. Thinking of thousands of people. Who is better? Thinking of thousands of people. So, because that's what Lord Chaitanya wants. So here Nityananda's mood is like that. So, what did Nityananda says? He says, Bhaja Gaurango, Kaho Gaurango, Loho Gaurangera Nam Re, Ye Jana Gaurange Bhaje, Se Haya Mora Prana Re. So Nityananda Prabhu mercifully calls out, please always worship Gauranga, speak about Gauranga, take Gauranga's holy name with all devotion. One who adores my beloved Gauranga in the heart is dear to me as my own life. He is my life and soul. So this is the order of Chaitanya to Nityananda. He started glorifying. The day he was thinking, Lord Chaitanya said, you go and preach in West Bengal, he's thinking these people know about Krishna. I'll preach about Lord Chaitanya himself. So he was propagating the Lord Chaitanya everywhere where he was there. Coming to another point which Chaitanya Bhagavati is speaking about, Nityananda Prasade se Gaurachandra Jani, Nityananda Prasade se Vaishnava Rachini, Nityananda Prasade se Ninda Yasya Kasya, Nityananda Prasade se Vishnu Bhakti Haya. Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Leela. By Lord's Nityananda mercy, one knows Lord Gaurachandra. By Lord Nityananda mercy, one can recognize Vaishnavas. By Lord Nityananda's mercy, one's offenses are destroyed. By Lord Nityananda mercy, one can attain devotion to Lord Vishnu. For everything you can go on giving example. If he says, once Nityananda mercy is there, offenses are destroyed. What Chaitanya doesn't want to give, Nityananda gives. This is a strategy between 2 brothers. Fantastic. That's how where you see Jaga and Madhai, there, the moment Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to kill them, Nityananda Prabhu delivered, no, this is not the purpose. In the same way where Lord Chaitanya, in his pastimes, many of his disciples had some problem, but he was not going to deliver them, but his disciples delivered. So there is always a strategy. Even when we are among devotees, don't worry, somebody will protect us. When we are so many of us, somewhere we may just slip off, don't worry, somebody will come and save us. Because that's the guarantee of Lord Chaitanya. It is not that we are perfect. Whatever we do, we are perfect. No, we have tremendous impurities with us. But we decided to take part in this movement. So these things somewhere will protect us. This implicit faith will help us. So now there are 2 Prabhus and 1 Mahaprabhu. Eka Mahaprabhu, ye Prabhu I Dui Jana. Dui Prabhu se Mahaprabhu Charana. So 7.14 says, 2 Prabhus, one is Nityananda Prabhu, another one Advaita Prabhu. And 1 Mahaprabhu, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there is 1 Mahaprabhu, he is famous as Gaur Sundar of Navadvip Dham, who later became Krishna Chaitanya. And Advaita and Nityananda Prabhu, both are Prabhus and Master. Both Advaita Acharya and Nityananda